Okay, now we're going to talk about vertical and horizontal lines. Vertical lines have the equation x equals some number, and vertical lines go up and down. Horizontal lines have the equation y equals some number, and they go left to right. Some different types of things we need to be concerned about is, one, I need to be able to write an equation of a line with no x-intercept. Now, if it's asking you to write an equation of a line with no x-intercept, then your equation should not have x in there. So that means we're talking about a line like y equals 3. Now you could write y equals 7, y equals negative 100. As long as it doesn't have an x, then it's not going to have an x-intercept. So second problem, write an equation of a line with no y-intercept. So again, if it doesn't have a y-intercept, then it cannot have a y in the equation. So we're looking for something like x equals 3. Because again, it can't have a y if we don't want it to have a y-intercept. 3 says find a counterexample to all graphs have x-intercepts. So again, if I'm trying to find a counterexample, it's kind of like, okay, I want to find a graph that doesn't have an x-intercept. So again, if it doesn't have an x-intercept, then it doesn't have a x in the equation. So you could put y equals 4. You could put y equals 100. Doesn't matter, as long as it doesn't have an x. 4 says find a counterexample to all graphs that have a y-intercept. Again, you're trying to find an example for graphs that don't have a y-intercept. And that's going to be any equation that doesn't have a y. So you could say x equals negative 3 if you wanted to. Could have said x equals 100, as long as it did not have a y in it. Now if we look at these on graphs, so first one says graph x equals 6. Again, since it's x equals, that tells me it's a vertical line. So I go over to the x-axis, because it says x equals 6, and I'm going to have a vertical line, so you can use a straight edge or whatever. Vertical line, again, means straight up and down. So that would be the line x equals 6. So down here I want to graph the line x equals negative 3. Again, it's a vertical line. So I go to negative 3 on the x and then draw it straight up and down. Again, anytime it's x equals just a number, it's a vertical line. So now we're going to talk about y equals. So if I have y equals negative 3, again, y equals just a number. It's a horizontal line, so I go down to y equals negative 3. And then draw my line straight across. On the last one, if I want to graph y equals 5, again, I know it's horizontal, so I go up to 5 on the y-axis, and then I draw my line straight across. So that would be y equals 5.